It's my pleasure and privilege to second the nomination of the next House member from the 6th District, Elwyn TInklenberg. Children, veterans, for all of us. We need a rep that doesn't just follow the far right-wing agenda like a groupie at a rock concert or a groupie at a State of the Union address. El will end the Bush misadventure in Iraq. He will end the Bush economic policy that cuts taxes for the richest and tells working families to get 3, 4, or 5 jobs. He will get our taxpayer money back and stop having us be 47th in the nation about getting our money back. Help us with our transportation issues and growing jobs in our district. El understands the people of the 6th District. As a mayor, he worked day to day for the needs of average people. As transportation commissioner, he learned how to make government work for all people, not just the privileged few. El has traveled the 6th District and knows the needs of working families. As a strong former supporter and worker for Pat Wetterling, I can tell you the wrong person's in Congress. And I stand here today to ask you to join me in supporting El TInklenberg for Congress. El is a candidate who can defeat Michelle Bachmann and bring a voice that represents the whole 6th District to Washington.
And I know Bachmann a little too well. She's not nice, she's not fair, and she's not good for our state, frankly.
Well, thank you. I want to tell you I'm honored to be here. My name is Elwyn TInklenberg, and I'm asking for your endorsement to be your candidate for Congress. These are my grandchildren. I know some of you are surprised that I have grandchildren, but yep, I'm that old. The first time I ran for mayor, I was walking down the street in one of the old neighborhoods of Blaine. And there was a young man up ahead of me picking up trash in the street. And I waved to him and said hi. And he waved back and he said, "Charlie's picking up." And I talked to him for a little while. Charlie had Down syndrome. And Charlie was out there every day I was there campaigning in that neighborhood. And every day I'd wave to him and Charlie would say, "Charlie's picking up." And he was never angry. People would come by and they'd throw stuff out and he'd pick it up and he was happy to be doing it because he was making a difference in that part of his world. Friends, we have got the same problem in our neighborhoods. We have got the debris of the Bush administration, the Bachmann-supported policies about our environment, about our economy, about our international relations, littering our streets, littering our country, scattered by the politics of fear and cynicism and polarization and division. And there are a whole bunch of people waiting out there to see how Democrats are going to respond, what we're going to say, what we're going to do differently. People in our own neighborhood, the people in Wright County who are losing their homes, the people here in Anoka County who are facing bankruptcy, the students who are going to classes that are too full, the young people who can't afford an education that they know their skills deserve. The people who are afraid of losing their health care and losing their pensions, who are sitting on the bench waiting for that next job. The families who are worried about the environment that their children will inherit. The mothers and fathers who have sons and daughters in Iraq. The veterans who have been lost in the shuffle. They're waiting. They're wondering what we're going to say, what we're going to do. And if we're going to respond convincingly, then we've got to start here. We've got to show them that we're different. We've got to bring them a message of change. We've got to get out into the street and start picking up. Not because we're angry, not because we're afraid, but because we believe in what we can be. We believe in the street. What we can do when we stand together, when we practice our ideals. when we tap into the incredible strength and imagination of our people. This is our time, but we need to live our beliefs. We need to prove that we're different. We cannot build courage while peddling fear. We cannot build hope while peddling cynicism. And friends, we will never succeed in lifting up the people of the 6th District by tearing each other down. The last speech he gave, Martin Luther King was talking to an audience of people in despair. They were trying to maintain some sense of hope, some sense of dignity, and some sense of self-respect. And what moved them that night was not the discussion about tactics and strategies, not even the vilification of those in power. What moved them that night was him telling them that he could see a brighter day, that he could see a better future, that he might not get there with them, but that he had seen, even in those dark days, an inextinguishable light that shone in that darkness. And because he could see it, they could see it through him. Because they could see it through him, they could believe it. And because they could believe it in their hearts, they could work to make it so. It's our time to stand for that same sense of vision, that same hope, that same opportunity for the people of the 6th District. They are waiting for us to take our place in that vision of hope for the future, that new politics of opportunity and possibility. I ask you to join with me today to make that loud and clear to the people who are watching us today, that the Democrats have a message of hope, and the Democrats have a message of possibility.